Wow. Um, it's been a very long time since I filmed anything. A lot has happened. My hair is gone. Pretty much. There's a new study year, new semester. I gotten glasses, but all's fine and dandy. I'm gayer than ever, which is good. And I thought I should get back with some makeup tips because I haven't really been filming since I started this channel. And I'm still using a shitty online webcam thing because I can't afford a good one. So this is just my laptop webcam, so you're just gonna have to deal with that, I guess. Yeah, so the strange accent is strong as ever. I got my tea, my little Harry Potter mug. It's got Hufflepuff on the other side because I have to represent. Um, and I got a chocolate pudding cup, and I'm ready to talk to you about eyeliners because that's what most people were asking me for tips on how to do your eyeliner, and most specifically, tips on how to do wings and how to get your eyeliner very close to the lashes. And I'm going to talk a little bit about different eyeliners, pros and cons, and I guess how to apply them and how they're different. So I guess subscribe, talk to your friends, tell your friends that I'm cool and that they should subscribe to me, make me YouTube famous so I can afford a new camera, so I can do actual real tutorials. That would be nice. Excuse me. But anyway, let's go. So the first eyeliner that everyone knows about is the dip liner. Ink liner, some might call it. This one is a Maybelline one. It's called Master Ink. It looks something like this. And in my experience, it's the best dip liner I've ever had. Basically, it is very black. It is liquid, so you have to be careful when working with a liquid liner. They are very sharp, which is good because you get a precise line, but it's still very difficult to actually hold your hand steady enough. Dip liners are often not for beginners. You should, in my opinion, start with a marker instead. These are two different ones. This one is Maybelline Master Precise. You can see that, and this one is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. The Maybelline one is in brown, but it doesn't really matter because the brown and the black one are the same. They're just different colors. The Maybelline Master Precise, it says liquid eyeliner, but it is a felt tip liner. So it looks like this. It's basically a really sharp marker, which will make really precise lines on your skin. The tattoo liner is a little bit different because it looks a bit more like a marker. It's got basically the tip is all of these fine little hairs, in a way, like fibers, I guess, because they're probably not real hairs. But it's extremely precise, as you can see, and it makes very precise lines. And so I would say this kind of liner is a good one for a beginner. Um, and it is the one you use on the top lash line to get the wing and all that. You do the same one with the liquid one, the dip liner, so to speak, but it's a bit more difficult because you have to trust your hands a lot more. And the last type of eyeliner I have here is a pencil liner. The pencil liner is a lot less precise. It is very smudgeable. This one is a NYX pencil liner, very cheap black one. And it makes lines such as this. It's very creamy, very soft, and very smudgeable. This means that it's perfect for putting under your eyes. You can put it on your waterline, which is the sort of line inside of your lower lashes and also your upper lashes, actually. Lining your inside of your upper lashes is called tight lining. And it's not necessary, but it does complete the look a bit since it makes your lashes look fuller, and it ensures that you don't have this little bit of room between your lashes and your eyes, so to speak. Um, Someone asked me how to get your liner all the way down to your lashes, which is quite complicated to explain if I don't actually do it on myself, but I can try to explain it because the camera is not precise enough for me to explain that, but I will use this felt tip liner to do it because it's very precise, and I'll try to draw my hand very slowly so you can see. So this is the eye line, and you want your liner on top of that, right? So basically what I do is instead of just drawing, I put the liner all the way down and I squeeze. Then I go further in and I squeeze. And I go further in and I squeeze. And by squeezing, you get your liner all the way down to the lashes. And then after I've done the little squeezing and the drawing thin little lines, and I'm happy with the consistency and thickness, I go into for the wing. And the wing I usually make by just aligning my liner to sort of the natural curve of the lower lash line, because you can see it goes up here, and that's where you want your wing to go, so to speak. And that's where one of these liners come in super handy because it's already triangular. So what you can do is just, this is really impractical, is just take your liner and you just sort of put it there, and you have the start of a wing. And then you can just go in and fill it into your heart's desire. And that's the very basic one. You can outline it and then fill it in. There are 100 different opportunities, possibilities. I don't know the word. For how to make a winged liner, and all of them are just as good, I would say, as long as you get the job done and you make a wing liner. Um, Doing it with a liquid liner is a bit different because you don't want to squeeze all that much. These are also just as sharp, at least this one is. And but if you just squeeze it too much, you get this really thick spludge of color. So what you want to do is you want to lightly press it, just lightly, and drag along the line. This is why I normally take a felt tip or a marker liner in general. I normally use the tattoo liner by Kat Von D, but if you can't afford that or don't have access to that, that's perfectly fine, or you don't want to buy that brand for any reasons, you can take any liner and just first make your guidance and then go on top of it with the sharper dip liner. And then to complete it, you take a pencil liner and you fill in under your eye just a little bit like that. Then you take your ring finger, which is the finger you have most control over, the softest one often, and you just sort of smudge the line. That's what I normally do. And it works for a casual thing. I'll talk more about tight lining probably later, but that's the gist of it, really. Liner comes like the being an expert comes with practice, and no one is an expert in winged liner at their first try. No one ever. I do really suggest getting one that's high quality. Don't just opt for the cheapest one, because often they're not sharp, they're not long lasting, they're not waterproof. They're definitely not waterproof. Um, and if you opt for the cheapest one, you often end up with not the best results. So I really do recommend the Maybelline ones. I don't know if they do animal testing. I'm not very good at boycotting brands that do animal testing, but I know that NYX doesn't. And NYX is often very affordable. Um, they have good makeup, good products, good pigmentation. They last long, and I'm very happy with their products in general. So I would say go for NYX if you have it. I think they sell it at H&M most places. They sell it at Sephora. They sell it at most any place that has makeup, really. I have to drink this before it gets cold. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. I have a lot of different liners. Some of them are black and brown and neutral shades. Some are bright blue or gold or glitter. And they're a bit more daring, of course, but I think that with practice, you can really do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to stay in your comfort zone if you don't really, really want to. Like, the first time I used a blue liner, I actually made a black wing on top and I connected it under with a blue liner and it looked so cool. And, excuse me, that almost changed my life makeup wise. Like, it just really changed how I view makeup because I used to view it as this you have to be natural but sexy, you have to do this and this and this, and it basically always ended up looking like a 40s, 50s classic pinup look, which is nice, but boring after a while. Like, unless that's like your thing, of course. But for someone who's just trying out makeup, it got really boring. So I basically started experimenting with these purple and blue liners, and now I really love it. I really, really like using different colors and being experimental, and I think that really comes in handy a lot of times. Having the opportunity to be experimental, to be able to think outside of the Instagram baddie box, you know? So I really do recommend for anyone who's starting makeup, um, get an eyeliner or two and just play with them, because you're not going to be good the first 5 times. You're not going to be good the first 15 times, but then you're going to get better. And if you draw already, you have a great advantage because you probably have a steady hand. Um, Basically, I didn't explain what a liner does. But if a liner can do so much, it can elongate your eyes, it can make them bigger, smaller, whatever you want. And that's the whole point of it. Like, if you have a liner that's just a normal thin line, it's going to look very natural and very sweet. If you make the line thicker in the middle, it just a little bit thicker, that is, it's going to make your eyes look bigger. If you make it thinner and then bigger towards the end and then a long upsweep, like a long sweeping wing, it's going to make you look sultry and sexy and sort of that elongated cat eye thing. And there are so many ways you can do eyeliner. So I really encourage you to just try it out, because you never know what you're gonna love. You really don't. Um, you look at a white liner and you think, how am I ever gonna pull off this? Which, if you have dark skin, that's gonna look so sick. Just a bright yellow or a light blue, electric colors and white liners on really dark skin look so cool. And I really do encourage anyone to try wearing makeup at least once. Like, anyone should try, but at their own volition, you know? I don't want to force anyone, and I don't want anyone to feel forced to wear makeup, but they really should try because it's fun. I think that concludes today's video. It's so nice to be back. I'm probably gonna have really shitty editing on a lot of this, but you know, that's just how it is, and that's how I live. I might get better at editing after a while. This is a 15-minute long video about eyeliners. So, you know, that's fine. um, I'm starting a new semester at university on Monday, so I'm going to try to make videos like at least twice a month. Maybe as I get more subscribers and views and stuff, it'll be more, but currently I have to get tips. So you have to really tell me what you want me to do, you know? You have to tell me in the comments what you want tips on. I'm going to make a video on liquid lipstick, and I'm going to make a video on contouring. But other than that, I have no clue. So I need your feedback. Like, what do you want to know? That concludes this video, I guess. And I am going to go make myself another cup of tea now, because that's how I live also. Yeah, like and subscribe and all that. Tell your friends. They should also watch this.